Hello everyone. Uh, it's me, Ubi. I am here to teach you some advanced waterbending moves, primarily for defensive purposes. It's what is considered to be ice melting, snow melting, and essentially turning earth into mud. By doing these things, then it enables you to use these tactics as defensive measures against the more aggressive benders that you cannot beat. This is very effective against firebenders, semi effective against airbenders, and it's effective against earthbenders to a limited point. They do have the power to dig through earth. So the first technique that I'm going to teach you here is bending or melting ice. And this is what it looks like. So I'm now inside the ice, as you can see. I can see outside of the ice. There's a shield of ice protecting me, kind of like about right there. You can see I can still launch attacks from out here. The people outside of the block of ice are blind. They cannot see through the ice. The firebenders cannot launch any of their attacks through the ice. The air slashers do go through the ice, however, but they are operating blind, however. All you need to do is just kind of dodge their air slashes. They're just kind of launching random air slashes and hope they get lucky and hit something. As far as earth, you can see there's a little bit of earth, so essentially the earth benders, they'll be in the blind too. They'll be either there or there or there or there or here, and they'll try to launch some blind walls at you, try to extract you from this point. But again, they're operating blind. You can see where they're moving, and you essentially, you think they're going to launch, you just kind of, you have one step. You're one step ahead of them because you can see where they are. You have to be able to anticipate what they're going to do. You just do a wave before they can launch their wall. Same thing for those. It might be a little bit out of reach, but then they have a back entrance over here. Anyways, you can do this in many areas. I am a master ice melter. As you can see, here is another near the spawn point. Anywhere there's ice, you can melt. You can see I just went through another layer of ice. And we're going to do one more layer of ice over here. Again, I'm melting ice. Once you melt the ice, you can bend it and use it to your advantage. Here's an example of turning earth into mud. Now, as you can see, I'm shielded by the earth. Here's another example. I'm shielded by the earth. And now we'll go for another example of melting ice and turning earth into mud. So you can bend it essentially. You can see I have access. Once I turn this earth into mud, I am able to bend it and get through the secret areas. Oops, obviously don't do that. So now we're going to show you some more secret areas that you can melt. We're going to go up over by the pine trees. So I'm kind of giving away my secrets here, but it's all, I'm trying to make waterbenders better, but by doing this, I'm essentially letting all the other benders know. Anyhow, there's a secret. You see this glacier here? It is a glacier. And like all glaciers, they go deep into the ground. So you can essentially access this glacier from underneath. There's an underwater spring here, an artisan spring that you can access. So for that, we're going to need to melt some. It's a combination of melting ice, snow, and also turning some earth into mud. And there you go. I am in the underwater. You can see the glacier here. You can't tell, but I am protected. I'm underneath. They cannot penetrate. There's earth above me here. You can see the level. I'm accessing going around the glacier here. Here's another earth wall that I will turn into mud. I will turn this into mud. Oops, if you overdo it, obviously it exposes you. You can see I'm back to the normal. We're going to melt some earth and some snow here. And we have now accessed the underwater glacier. You cannot tell, but I am protected by earth. Earth is above me. There you see the water. It lets you know where the actual shield is. People cannot see you here. You see the floor above me, how high it is? Again, earthbenders can dig their way into here and essentially you're doomed. You're very well protected against firebenders. And again, airbenders are operating in the blind. They just throw blind air slashes and I hope they hit something. You can somewhat dodge that. And obviously, you can be launching attacks at them. So, anyways, that is how you turn earth into mud and melt ice. And there's many other areas around the map where you can do this. I consider myself to be one of the best at it, as many people will tell you that. I am not a elite waterbender. I'm a good waterbender, but I'm not an elite one. So I do what I can to survive. So one particular area of concern is right here behind me. You see this wall behind me here? Pretty much every bender, there's an area over here that people can glitch through. Kinda everybody knows this, even inexperienced benders. Right here through the crystal, where you can glitch yourself through the wall without using any power. It's just a glitch. That's what you call a true glitch. And then they'll try to launch either air puffs or lightning through the wall. And it's very hard unless you have earth. If you're earth, you can just throw a blind wall at them, and I think the chances are about 75% that you might hit them. But if you're a waterbender, you're kind of screwed unless you know how to bend earth. So, essentially, there's several ways you can do this. Just essentially, again, turn earth into mud. And then, as you can see, they don't know what you're doing because they can't see you. And now you have access to them and you can launch water attacks. Or just go across and they'll run away. And you can just come back and you're back to normal. And that's how a waterbender combats these so-called benders that like to shoot through the walls. Anyways, that's it. And for those less fortunate benders, I hope you use these skills to your advantage. Trust me, they will work against the fire-bending farmers out there, as well as the other benders that like to prey on the less fortunate. Goodbye and happy bending.